First up, we have Abimelech, the son of Gideon, also called Jerubbaal. But unlike his father, he doesn't care about following God, he just wants power. Gideon had 70 sons. But Abimelech wants to be the only ruler. He convinces the leaders of Shechem to support him. With their money, he hires mercenaries and kills all 70 of his brothers, except one, Jotham, who escapes. And just like that, Abimelech declares himself king. But here's the problem. God never appointed him. He wasn't chosen as a judge, and he definitely wasn't anointed by God. Jotham, the only surviving brother, climbs Mount Gerizim and shouts a Yerushan prophetic warning to the people of Shechem. He tells a parable about trees. The trees ask the Yoshid, or olive tree, fig tree, and vine to be their king, but they all refuse. So they ask the thorn bush, which agrees, but then sets everything on fire. Jotham warns, if you have done right by making Abimelech king, then great, but if not, may fire come from Abimelech and destroy you. Then he runs away. This is a huge moment. Jotham is basically saying, you chose a terrible leader, and it's going to backfire on you. And guess what? That's exactly what happens. 3 years into Abimelech's rule, everything falls apart. The leaders of Shechem turn against him and support a man named Gaal. Abimelech attacks Shechem, destroys the city, and burns its tower, killing 1,000 people. But then, when Abimelech attacks another city, something crazy happens. A woman drops a reed millstone from a tower, crushing his skull, dying and humiliated. Abimelech tells his servant, kill me so people won't say I was killed by a woman. And just like that, Jotham's prophecy is fulfilled. Abimelech and Shechem destroy each other. After Abimelech's disastrous rule, Israel gets a much-needed break. 3 judges come and go quickly. 1. Tola ruled for 23 years. 2. Yair ruled for 22 years, had 30 sons who rode 30 donkeys. Rich guy vibes. But soon Israel falls back into sin again. Israel abandons God completely and worships the gods of Baal, Ashtoreth, Moab, Ammon, Philistines. Basically, every false god in the neighborhood. So God allows the Ammonites and the Philistines to oppress Israel for them 18 years. Finally, Israel cries out, but God says, I won't save you. Go cry out to the gods you chose. Israel, desperate, gets rid of their idols and begs for mercy. And God, in his compassion, raises up an unlikely hero. Now meet Jephthah, a mighty warrior, but also a rejected outcast. His mother was a prostitute, so his brothers drove him away from home. He became a renegade leader, gathering a band of fighters, but when the Ammonites attack, the Israelites suddenly want him back. They beg Jephthah to lead them into battle. He agrees, but makes them swear to make him their leader if he wins. Before fighting, Jephthah tries diplomacy first. But the Ammonite king refuses, so the battle begins. Before the battle, Jephthah makes a foolish vow. If you give me victory, I will sacrifice the first thing that comes out of my house to greet me. Israel wins, but when Jephthah returns home, his only daughter runs out to greet him. Heartbroken, Jephthah keeps his vow. The Bible doesn't say exactly what happened, but it's clear. This was never God's will. Jephthah let his impulsive words lead to tragedy. After his victory, Jephthah faces a new problem. His own people, the Ephraimites, another Israelite tribe, get angry that they weren't invited to fight. Jephthah doesn't back down. He fights them and wins. After ruling for 6 years, Jephthah dies and 3 more minor judges follow. Ibzan had 30 sons and 30 daughters. Elon ruled 10 years. Abdon had 40 sons and 30 grandsons with 70 donkeys, another rich guy. And just like that, the cycle continues.